What is up, everybody? We are live at the Shed Training Grounds, and it is fight week. We are here for part 2 of Elliot Abear versus Hunter Smith. Part 1 was 2 years ago, where Elliot Abear claimed the throne as the AKA lightweight champion, and this weekend he plans to redeem that title, defend his belt. I have the honor and the privilege of being able to work with this team at the Shed, and we're about to go on in, see what the guys have cooking up, getting ready, preparing. Right now we're probably cutting weight, getting our last day of training in before we head out. And you know, as always, I need y'all to like, subscribe, comment to the videos. I appreciate the constant love and support. As always, Holy Spirit, use me. We're gonna get it cracking. Let's do it. All right, y'all, I'm here with Spencer, the American Gladiator. Or is it the American Gladiator, Spencer Turner? How you say it? First name, last name?
I don't really know yet. I don't really know. Probably in the middle of it.
Yeah. But y'all, this is my boy right here, training partner out of the Shed. I'm saying that like I'm a fighter. I'm just the video photographer. But, man, how you feeling right now?
Feeling great. Getting ready, getting prepared. Got some fights coming up. Hasn't been announced publicly yet, but will be March 28th at the Paragon Casino in Marksville. I'm ready. This contract's getting signed real soon.
Hey, look, y'all heard it here first. Breaking news, first bit of breaking news on the pod. So I appreciate you for sharing that with me. But mentally, how you feeling going into this one?
Feeling good. Feeling a lot more clear-minded, especially since the last fight. I've been training my physical game, my mental game. I know where I need to be, and there's still a lot more work needed to be done, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah. I mean, you've experienced the highs so far, you experienced the lows so far. You've had, you know, a decision that didn't go your way in your last fight. How are you feeling, and how is the preparation different going into this one, knowing what you know about what happened in the previous one?
It's a lot more mental preparation leading up to the fight, as well as the physical. The physical aspect's always there, but what people don't come to realize with fighters is how much mental stress you may have leading up to a fight. And as long as I can stay in a good, clear place, have a good mind, positive I can get the stuff done.
Now we have a big event coming up this Saturday. We have Coach Elliot Abear defending his title, and you know, you've been around him more than anybody. How do you feel about his preparation and what he has building up, leading up to this upcoming fight?
I've seen my coach work harder than I've ever seen him work before coming up to this fight, and he works hard for every fight. But this last fight he had with Hunter, it was 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. But that fight was a scrap, and Elliot came on top, as he should. And I'm confident in my coach that this weekend he's going to put an end to it real soon.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an encouraging message or anything that you want to tell him leading up to the fight?
Stay positive, stay ready and focused. I know he always is, but as long as he keeps that, as long as he has his goals and he's going for it, I know he can do it. Mm-hmm. He knows what he's fighting for.
Yeah. Now I know you personally, and I know that, you know, your faith drives and motivates you in your career. How does that play a factor in the fight game? Why is it important to have a faith, a belief system in the fight game? How does it keep you going?
He's just always there for you. In any aspect. I mean, any day you may be struggling, any day you may think that you're not worth it or that something's not for you, he'll be there to tell you that you have a purpose, you have a reason, you have something to keep going for, and it's just something to always stay positive for and know that there's always going to be the one up top there for you, you know?
That's right. And Spencer, good talking to you. Appreciate you for everything. We're going to be looking forward to seeing you in action into this month, 28th. Y'all heard it here first. Appreciate y'all.
What's up, guys? It's Elliot Abear here. I'm super excited to be fighting March 7th at the Golden Nugget in Lake Charles for AKA Lightweight Championship. Really excited to be a part of it. If you're in Lafayette or Lake Charles, come on out and show your support.
Y'all, right now I'm here with the reigning, defending, AKA lightweight champion, Elliot Abear. How you feeling right now, Coach?
Feeling on top of the world. You know, these Wednesdays, you put in all the work, all the hay is in the barn, and we get to reap the rewards of the fruit that we grew over this camp. And so I'm feeling full of water, excited about this cut. Wednesdays is always the day where I do my hardest workout of the whole camp. And then tomorrow I'll take off just to give me my body time to heal for the real cut Friday.
Now, I've been around you like majority of this camp, and I've got to see the growth. I got to see the elevation. I've got to see, your performance elevate. But what do you think has been the most challenging part of this camp so far? And how do you feel like that has helped you grow as a fighter?
I'd say the most challenging part is being away from my family. Spent a lot of time in Tomball, Texas, this camp. A lot of time at the gym at night. My wife does a great job of making me feel comfortable and that I have plenty of time to train and prepare myself. So I'd have to say, significant time away from my wife and my 2 daughters. They're why I do this, and I just love being around them. So any day where I have to miss a day being around them, it's a sacrifice that I've made, and all that sacrifice has led up to this. And on Saturday night, you guys are going to see just how much I've put into this camp.
Now, for the little while that I've known you, I've got to go back and recap and look at old footage of you. And I know you went through a few different nicknames, and now you're currently going by the name Be Good. What had transpired leading up to you making that change? And it's not even in the name, it's in your overall walk. What was the transition process like?
Yeah, I just wanted to get back to the reason why I started this journey in MMA was to be good. I wanted to be a good influence, and I approached some family members, some young cousins of mine that I really thought had a lot of potential to influence this world for good. And I wanted to be a good influence on those guys, and I wanted to build an army of young people who are doing good things and just being a good person, helping out their neighbor, being there for a friend to talk to, giving an ear for anybody who needs somebody to listen to, doing a lot of hard things, like speaking up when things aren't going right and things that are not right in this world. Having a voice and having the courage to speak up is what Be Good is all about. It's not supposed to be flashy. It's not supposed to be, of this world. And that's why I decided to go back to my roots, to be good. And it's what put me where I am today, and I'm happy that I went back to the nickname that was given to me at a very young age. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, definitely did.
I'll say this: I had the nickname Electric for a little while, and for me, it was about excitement. It was about entertainment. It was about the fans, and I love the fans. The fans are great, but one thing you'll learn in this sport is that you cannot do anything for the fans. You cannot do anything for the people outside of your actual circle. The only people that you can help in this game are the people that you actually come in contact with, and the people that actually get to know you. The people that get to know me see a side that not most people get to see, and I hope that people see that about me. They see that once they get to know me, that I'm a really caring and kind and giving person. I'm a very generous person. I try to show that with the way my feet move.
Now, even before meeting you, I've seen recaps of your old fights and the post-fight interviews, and you always spread the message of if anyone's looking for help, if anybody out there needs help, don't be scared to ask for assistance. Why is that message so strong to you, and what are you doing to portray that in your everyday walk?
Yeah, I think it's so important because young men these days don't realize that there are people out there that have gone through the same things that they may be going through, and a lot of young men don't like to speak up because it's our culture to be strong and to keep it and bury it in deep down inside and not to let it out until they're in their mid-50s or mid-60s and they're going through a crisis in life. And I just encourage people to get help before they need help, or get help if you just think there may be a chance that getting into a group of like-minded people may help you, because that's what it was for me, getting into a group of people who could hold me accountable, who could see my blind spots, who could give me serve me a dish of truth, is what I was really craving. I really craved people that were honest with me, and that's what I've seeked out in my life, and that's what I try to give to the people that come into the gym. Is I try to give them the truth. A lot of people come and they want me to say, hey man, quit your job, don't worry about that girl, that's her fault, don't blame your kids. Your kids your kids are a blessing, you know, and what I always tell people is have a good job when you come in here and support your family. And if you can support your family, this will all take care of itself, and you really have something to fight for. You know, a lot of people come in here and they want me to tell them, hey man, quit your job and come work, come focus on training. But that's not what makes a man better. That's not what really proves a man to himself. What proves a man to himself is that he can provide for his family and you know, create something of value for the community. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to create something of value. I want the community to benefit from the shed, and I want to help people who didn't necessarily have the means to this type of training. And you know, I hope, you know, someday that I'll be able to affect it. I know I already have, but I want to affect the masses. I want the people who don't think that they have a chance to feel like they have a chance because they saw Be Good get out of a bad situation and triumph. And so that's why I'm here. I'm here to get out of a bad situation and triumph. And I want people to see that, you know, the mountaintop isn't as far as you think.
I got 2 more quick questions for you, then I'll let you get back to the cut. One of them is, I know that I'm in the text group with you guys, and we have scriptures floating around. We have encouraging messages. So how does faith play a part in your everyday living, and how has it helped you in your career?
Faith for me is extremely important. It's really all about living in the spirit. You know, there's a lot of different spirits out there, and you get to choose. That's what free will is all about. You get to choose what spirit you live in. And with the Holy Spirit so abundantly accessible in my circle and in our group and in the shed and in the ministries around Lafayette, it's really, really hard for me to not live in that spirit. And the hardest thing to understand about the Holy Spirit is, you know, Jesus washed Judas's feet. Jesus knew Judas was going to betray him, and he washed his feet. So everybody can say, you know, I'm holier than thou, I'm self-righteous, I'm this, I'm that. But are you washing Judas's feet? You know, are those people who are really, really after you, those evil people, are you praying for them? You know, are you looking out to better the evil in this world and speak out against the evil and offer a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to lie on, a place for, you know, evil people to refuge and transition into be good, you know, into a good person. So that's what I am, all about the trans community, and that's transforming your beliefs into a Christian belief, into a good belief, to where, you know, we treat others right. You know, we don't lie, we don't steal, we don't kill. We treat our neighbor like we want to be treated, and we give to the people who are less fortunate. And to me, that is being good, and that's living in the spirit.
Right. Now, I know this camp, you have a new team that you're coming into it with, and I know that the last setback we had, you were saying that it was all about the hype. It was all about you trying to do things a certain way. And everyone who's talked about you leading up to this camp said, hey, we know what to expect from Elliot. We're getting the best version. I mean, it goes without saying, nothing but good to say about you. But how are you staying level-headed this fight to defend your title? What is different in your mindset to get it done?
I've really adopted the approach of, you know, if it'll be, it'll be. And God has blessed me so much. And I've just grown to learn that he wanted to teach me patience. And patience is a virtue that cannot be replaced with anything else. And it's for those who are humble enough to wait and also have the ability to be prepared for the opportunity at hand. So I'm just going to be there, and I'm going to be good.
You have a final message to the people before we head out?
The final message is, guys, thank you so much for everything. The support, the love, the hate, it all adds up. Without, you know, my opponent going and getting some victories, then this fight wouldn't be as big as it is. And so I'm super grateful for everyone involved in this, especially AKA. They've gone out of their way to make me feel like a champion. They always bring the best highlights. They make the best content, and they're the best promotion in Louisiana. And that's the bottom line.
Hey, look, y'all heard it from the man here himself, and just to piggyback off of that, man, I've been around him for a good 2 months now, and I have nothing but good to say about him. He's raising up a stable of good young men, young and old, and he's doing big things in the community. What he's trying to build is all for what I stand for as well, and what he has going on is great. If you're ever in the area, need some training, I'll be having links at the bottom of this video to be able to, you know, tap in with Elliot and the Shed and see what they have going on, see what they have to offer, because because it's not just about fighting, it's about raising and maturing great young men. I know for me personally, I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer, but what they're building here even makes me feel a part of the team. Like, it motivates me to get up, to want to have that drive, to strive for the best in what I got going on. And I know y'all heard on the last episode what I said about Andrew. That's what I'm learning from the shed. And I mean, I'm happy to be a part of the team. We're ready to go to battle, and we'll see y'all Saturday.
Love you. We love you, Zoe.
That's it. Appreciate it, Coach.
Let's go.
With another one, we got my brother here, Kai, Hands of Stone. I'm messing with you. Now, my brother Kai Stone, man, he's good dude and another training partner out of the shed. Got some big things coming up, man. Kai, how you feeling today?
Man, feeling good. Just working out, brother. Just doing 2-a-days with Elliot. We started doing the weight cut process. Elliot is cutting weight for his fight, so he had me hop in the sauna with him and do some pad work and it's hot outside, doing rows, all that type of stuff. So just trying to get ready to get my cardio up and cut this weight.
Now, you being real modest right now, saying 2-a-days. You live over here, bro. I be seeing you here 4 or 5 times a day over here on Instagram. But, man, you've been getting in shape. Do you have anything up and coming with what you got going on?
Absolutely. I'm actually fighting on March 28th, Paragon Casino, same card as Andrew and Spence. Be my debut fight. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be MMA at 205. My opponent likes to shoot a lot, so man, I'm just trying to stay sharp, stay technical, not let emotion get to me, or just let the adrenaline overfill me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, in the preparation to this one, how has the growth been? Because, I mean, I've been around you for probably like a month and a half, 2 months, and I've get to see kind of like how you've grown in your preparation process. Are you getting like more antsy? Are you like more excited? Are you not letting the nerves get the best of you at the moment?
Man, I'm not trying to let the nerves get the best of me at all. I'm just trying to stay humble. That's the most important thing. You know, don't underestimate your opponent, but also just, you know, not trying to overhype myself and I know what the training that I put in. I'm being confident with it, but I want to make sure that I'm remain calm and collective. You know, I don't want to look like an amateur, like that's fighting in my first fight. I want to look like I've been doing this for a little while. So that's the goal, and that's the play.
Now, you're here with a good team, a real great team that you're training with, and the head coach at the gym, Elliot, he's fighting on Saturday. How have you noticed his growth and preparation in this process of preparing for this fight this time around?
Man, coach has been really specific with the training we're doing. Like, he implements so many bikes, rows, and then going straight to pad work, you know, drilling. It's just so intentional. It's not just every day you just go hit the bag and spar. He's just real technical. He's trying to work while you're tired. Mm-hmm. And so that's the real thing that really difficult is to train in your worst conditions. So I've seen coach, even though he doesn't get tired, but he's been working like to get tired. So, man, when it gets to this fight, you know, like, he's just already mentally prepared, just doing that, going to war, Houston every single week, you know, just putting in that time. So most definitely, it's going to show on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know in each camp, in each preparation, you learn something new about yourself. No fight is the same. What are you learning about yourself this time going into your debut that you haven't known or that you didn't realize you had in you before?
Man, I didn't realize that, to be honest with you, just being in shape, I didn't realize that I can cut this much weight as soon. I was beginning a training camp, I was 242, and now I'm down to 228 and just going lower and lower. So I didn't think I can get my weight down in time. So I just been intentional with my eating, being real disciplined, running every day. Another thing is just, man, just going to Houston, training with pros, UFC fighters, just realizing that, oh wow, I can train with these dudes and kind of learn from each one of them, spar with them, and just learn. And so it's just overall helped everything. My striking, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu. It's just been so much. I've just been working on all phases.
Mm-hmm. I know your faith in Jesus plays an important role in your life, and it drives you and motivates you. But what is the importance of having your faith in your career? How does that impact your career?
Man, at the end of the day, you know, like, win or lose is ultimately about glorifying God. That's really the basis. So how it's going to help me in this fight is, man, I'm going to give it to the Lord. Either way, win or lose, even though I don't plan on losing, but, you know, give all the glory to God and just keep praising, you know, and I want that to show throughout my, the way I fight. I want to kind of be calm, you know, be patient and be all that stuff, but also just don't get cocky. Don't, like, you know, if I get a knockout, I'm not going to be freaking dancing in front of the person, you know. I'm just going to try to be humble and calm. That's the plan.
Well, we know you're ready. We expecting you to win, nothing less. And Saturday, you know, we have Coach going into battle. And do you have any last words or any wishes that you want to send out his way leading into it?
Man, Elliot, you know you're a dog, and you know you're a tank, and you know the work that you've put in. So it's just another day in the house. It's another day. This ain't new to you. This is something you've been doing your whole life, you know. So just, you know, keep your head up and just, let's go Mud Frogs, man. Let's go. Let's take it to the next league. Let's go to UFC, baby, and let's do this.
That's it. Y'all heard from the man himself, Kai Stone. Be on the lookout. This is his debut, but I expect for him to grow in the sport very quickly. The amount of work that I've seen him put in doesn't go unnoticed, and he's going to be a problem for sure. Kai, it's a pleasure, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. We'll be seeing you in battle. So before we close the show out, I'm going to continue on with a popular requested segment, which was the MMA casual. But I'm thinking about changing it from the MMA casual to the combat casual, because we do more than just talk about MMA. We talk about all combat sports. But today it is going to be focused on an MMA fighter, a UFC fighter in particular. And his name is Arman Tsarukyan. Now, a lot of people don't know who Arman Tsarukyan is. A lot of people just found out about who he was after this past weekend, but he's a UFC fighter, a lightweight on a 5-fight winning streak. And you know, he had his title opportunity a few years ago, and the night of the fight he had to withdraw from the fight, and the title opportunity just never came back around to him. He's been looking dominant and impressive in all of his performances, but in Dana White's eyes, he can't be trusted with the big moment. So he's been going on Instagram, social media, doing viral things. He has funny food videos that's going out. He's in like large platters, in front of large platters of food, and just eating, and he's outdoors eating and making funny parody videos. I'll be showing a few clips of him while I'm talking, but you know, he's been doing what he could to get attention so that he could get that next title opportunity. Also, him and Elliot Hebert, the current lightweight champion, have been going back and forth. You know, it's been building up. He's putting his shot, he's shooting his shot, he's putting his word out there, trying to get that opportunity. But this past weekend, he got into a RAF wrestling match. RAF is just real American freestyle, and his opponent was Giorgio Paulus. And you know, if anybody in the wrestling community knows about this, these two guys, they didn't like each other too much. It was a lot of heated back and forths going on that led to them ultimately having this wrestling match. And you know, it was supposed to be a traditional wrestling match, but there was a lot of fouls that went on during the match. There was a lot of slaps, illegal blows. It could have really been disqualified or stopped like midway through. But at the end of the match, that, you know, Arman Tsarukyan dominated clearly. He, instead of shaking hands, he put his hands to face, man. He smashed Giorgio Paulus's face into the mat. Look like you could call it a punch. I guess I wouldn't necessarily call it a punch, but you could call it a punch. Punched him. It turned into this all-out battle, this all-out war. Generated millions of views on YouTube just from the aftermath of this wrestling match. So it may have looked like something that was bad and negative to the sport, but it generated a bunch of eyes on RAF, and it also made Arman Tsarukyan's stock rise. So right now, he's riding high off of his momentum on social media, off of his momentum with this RAF, and I feel like right now is the perfect time for the UFC to put Arman Tsarukyan in a title shot, a title fight, give him that title opportunity that was long overdue. So that's going to just about wrap it up for today, guys. Live from the Shed Training Ground. You see how hard we working, man. We got a solid team over here. If anybody everybody's looking for a place that'll meet you at your level to train at in the Lafayette area, Coach Elliot Abear is your guy. Stand-up dude, good man of God. There's a lot of good gyms in the area, man. There's nothing bad to say. It's no competition. It's all love. But, man, we have a big fight this Saturday. Y'all wish my boy Elliot some support, some love. Send him some love his way. I'll leave his Instagram tag down below. Go ahead and give him a follow and support him going into the weigh-ins on Friday. And ultimately, go ahead and watch that fight on Saturday night. Check him out as he goes on to the next level in defending his title. Love y'all. We out. See y'all next week.
I could be gone today, but I'll be remembered tomorrow. What if I fade away, but one of my songs be played tomorrow? I just wanna know if I stop, but I still be remembered. I just wanna know if I drop, but I still